This beautiful island you are looking at right now just became official. On June 8th, players were ambushed to an update that appeared out of nowhere from the developers in the infamous naval warfare genre on Roblox, Tradelands. This is not a fan-made or even a showcase. What you are looking at was thought out, constructed, and built by Nar himself and was released to the public and to be accessed by anyone. How can this be? How was this possibly added? And why? Today we will be answering all those questions, as well as a little guide to get to the island and a complete island tour to see what's around. Hold on to your cannons, because we are going on a field trip. A field trip to Burkeland. Also, if you enjoyed today's video and want to see more of this sort of content, it will be much appreciated if you like the video and subscribe to the channel, since I work hard in making these sorts of things. It's completely free, it only takes a few clicks, and you can always unsubscribe if you're not satisfied. Now with that out of the way, let's move. Now, let's talk about Burkeland real quick. What is the faction about anyways? Burkeland is a neutral, non-playable faction that is well known for their work on most ships in the game, and is not much of an interactable faction with others, especially with in-game politics. Not much is known about the faction though, except it gets involved with a lot of conflict when it needs to. And apparently, people have been saying that J_B, also known as Not Joe, is the king of Burkeland, but that claim is not truly confirmed. The only reason I can come up with this was that people were telling me that this claim and this name used to be related to Burkeland, such as Super Burke 1, or the B in his last name can also mean Burkeland, and Joe_Burkeland. But now that you know a little bit more about the faction, what made the reason that Burkeland was added to the game? I contacted Joe himself to see if we can get any official answer from this, and he stated the following. Primary motivator for adding it was for the games. What he meant was the Burkeland Royal Games, which used to be called FPG 20, and main games. It was supposed to be a Freeport game spin-off that had a little twist and difference to it, and that is the main reason why Burkeland was added to the game. It was for the Royal Games to be hosted at Burkeland, which in my honest opinion, is an amazing new event. And that's splendid at all, but how did they add the massive island into the game? A lot of players in the community would know that you cannot just add an island into the Grand Isles, since it would cause the map to be too large on one server, and would cause unnecessary lag, along with optimization problems. The game is already huge enough, so how did they do it? Well, from past experience on how they did this with Tradelands 2, now called Tradelands World, if you look at the unclassified footage on YouTube, you will see that the game is in one giant map itself. It appears to be multiple tiles of a map together, and at the borders of it, you will teleport to the other tiles. And that is exactly how they did it. They probably implemented this sort of script or in-game feature and optimized it for Tradelands 1 to put Burkeland on a different tile that is interactable by hitting the edge of the map, which is very clever by all means. And this avoids the problem of causing lag, optimization issues, and the unnecessary expansion of the map. But some of you may be asking, how do I get to the islands? It is nowhere to be mentioned in the game, description, or even the Discord server. While it is odd there is no indication that there is another island in the game, or show new players where it is a very simple step to do. I mentioned it in my previous video on how to get to the island during the update-a-thon, so here it is. And if you don't know how to get there, it's very simple. Grab the fastest boat you have that can at least be decent at crosswind speed and sail directly north. It doesn't matter if your arrow no longer appears on the map, just keep going north, and eventually an alert will appear asking if you want to teleport to the Burkeland Islands. After you click yes, then poof! You are teleported to another part of Tradelands, and now able to awe at the islands. But anyways, let's move on with the video. I promised you all an island tour, and that's what we are going to do. We are going to explore every part of Burkeland to get a good idea of where everything is and appreciate the hard work the developers went through to add this into the game. I just see a lot of people not appreciating this beauty. I mean, yes, they reused a lot of the assets and maybe there are a few bugs here and there, but think about it. There are only two developers, which is Joe and Nar. Joe does the background scripts and features, and Nar does the building and other stuff. So let's just take the time to appreciate that this game only has two developers, and they still care in bringing out the best for this game. Now, without further ado, let's begin the tour. Alright, so we are here now, and I want to first explore that small piece of the island that is split off from the mainland, since there is a lot to see. I'll begin by docking my boat here, and already I'm impressed with the quality of this docking. It looks so pleasing to walk on, and it even has these automated machines. Let's get up these stairs here and see. It appears this small neighborhood is split off from the mainland. which does make sense, and it does have that country style to it, and I like it. It has a small number of houses together. It even has this giant field which might be used for a farm, and has this tree farm here which looks very impressive. Man, it feels so calming to be inside of this. It just reminds me of a forest that goes on a narrow path, and there are trees everywhere, and it has that aesthetic look to it, if you know what I mean. Boy, if Tradelands had a condensed forest like this, imagine how nice it'll look. If it was allowed in the game, you could turn on some shaders, having it on max settings, and my god, you would have such a completely different feeling to it. It even has this bounty hunter here, which is pretty funny since the bounty hunters are always hiding somewhere, aren't they? Well, enough for the trees here, let's continue. I want to head to that mountain over there since people are telling me there is a secret inside of those rocks, so I want to check it out for myself without being spoiled. Already I can feel the size of this island. I don't know why, but having this in game just feels like a dream come true. A surreal experience. I got used to the small islands in the game, and then suddenly getting this? It's a completely different experience. Alright, I see a hole in those rocks, let's go in it. I wonder what the Easter egg is. Wow, I can't believe they actually added this to the game. Oh my god. I can tell already that a lot of people are so confused about why a guy is laughing at a sign in the middle of God knows nowhere that says Epicmon Mozzarella. Oh boy. If you don't get the joke, Epicmon is a Tradelands moderator and event coordinator that is made fun for having an Italian accent. This was caught on by Joe himself and joined in the joke. He even made a video about it like, bruh. And here we are now. A sign that says Epicmon Mozzarella because Epicmon is Italian. The joke is he isn't Italian. Well, now that I ruined the joke for everybody, I should probably head out and explore the rest of Burkeland. I'm gonna go ahead and reset just to make things quicker, so don't mind me. Alright, so now that we are on the other side of the island, let's check it out. Now first off, I have to say, look at these cannons! My god, there are a lot of those cannons. Imagine if that was fully armed and an enemy ship came by. That would get completely destroyed, but that's just the life of Fort Alliance here, since people have been telling me about it. Man, just look at this place. It even has mortars here. I'm just digging this style, and yes, you can shoot with these cannons like that guy that just shot right now. It's such a small hall in here, but this can make a captain's dream seeing these boys in action. You know, walking through this place just gives me a calming feeling, like everything is at peace from all the chaos. It even has this small garden here with a fountain, but after that it seems just about it, besides these houses over here. But there is another giant rock mountain and I want to check it out if there's any secret to it. Alright, so spoiler alert, there wasn't anything here. But that's okay, that's okay. That's the fun part. You get to explore the place and you get to know it more. But that's enough small talk there. It appears there isn't much more here. So let's go ahead and reset and check out the mainland of Burkeland. Alright, so I'm on the left side of the island. And what I'm planning on doing is going from one side to the other and doing a semicircle trying to check out everything. It appears the sun is going down also. But that'll be okay, we'll be fine on our journey, and it even makes the place look nice. But as we're strolling, it's now nighttime, and man, already, at the distance it's just so lit up. It feels amazing like you're in a movie. As I say that, I see another giant fort here, and if I'm not mistaken, this must be Fort Phoenix. Just look at these cannons, and may I remind you, this isn't decoration. You can actually use these cannons and fire with them. Just imagine if this was fully manned to the brim. And over here must be a small training ground. Maybe practicing volley fires and sword fights here. It feels awesome. So let's move on and see what else is in store. And speaking of store, look at this little outpost. It appears they have some stuff for sale, but no seller. Huh. Oh well. I know I said this many times, but I can't stop saying it. Don't you feel amazing just strolling and walking in a town? Just taking everything in? The lights, the buildings, everything. Ooh, it just feels really nice. Ooh, and it seems there is a shop here, the Twin Tulips. Not gonna lie, I like its style. And I've heard Epicmon made this shop, so good job Epicmon. It seems this door doesn't work here, so let's see if there's another door around here. And there we go, now we're in. And boy, look at this place. Compared to the other bars, this one just destroys it by a mile. Look at all this space here. I'm used to the crampy bars back at Nova and Whitecrest, but there is so much room here, I can breathe, actually. I'm just so jealous of Burkeland. They have it all. They even have UR and chess here. That's just amazing. Sucks there isn't a seller here though. It will be cool to have a guy here selling drinks and stuff like that. Hold on, that just gave me an idea. This place is called the Twin Tulips, right? And since it's correlated to flowers, what if we made this into a flower shop? An actual flower shop where you can buy flowers in-game. Think about it for a second. It would be amazing to have flowers that you can place in your house. And it would also give this shop some meaning. Man, how awesome would that be? It wouldn't be game-changing, nor something important, but it will be nice to have, a little feature to have, a little accessory. Just think about it, how awesome would it be? I would just love to see that come into the game. Like I could place roses or tulips or other plants in my house. Or maybe even on my avatar as an accessory, like the parrot or a ghost pal. Maybe you can put in a mystery crate for flowers, or use some sort of currency to buy it like premium tokens or doubloons, whichever you prefer. But just imagine if this was added as a fun little feature. It would be pretty cool. But I think I had enough fun here in the bar. Let's head on and continue on. Don't mind me, I'm just walking through this town, just getting some stock footage for future videos. And what do I spot here? That is a pretty cool decoration there. I know this is a reference to the Sword and Stone, but think about it. What if this had a backstory in game? I mean, it isn't much of a stretch since Tradelands already has a complex lore of trilogies and multiple factions inside and outside of the Grand Isles. And lore even impacts the game, such as the Verdity collapse and the Enola blockade. So it would be pretty cool to see if this had a history in Burkeland stories, but I digress. And coming up, I see an interesting building there. Looks like some sort of arena. I gotta check it out. Oh yeah, this is 100% an arena for the Royal Burkeland games. Just look at this thing. It looks really well thought out. It even has benches here for each playable faction in the Grand Isles. Now that we are at the center of Burkeland, it does have your usual things, such as the mail carrier, your merchants, and even a warehouse manager. It even has a crafting workplace. Let me see if I can craft a few things. What? Oh, come on. I mean, I know every faction is here to do the same thing I am doing, trying to explore the island and trying to discover new things. But man, does he really have to get out of his way and kill me? Not a problem though. Alright, I think he lost interest, which is a good thing. We can continue on this tour peacefully. And as I keep strolling, I see there's a palace here. My god, it looks amazing. It even has a statue of a king here. I wonder what it will be inside of this palace, but sadly, the door is not accessible, which I will assume there is nothing inside to see. And as we pass by a little outpost here, I spot something in the far distance. I want to check it out. Oh look, another flower shop here. You see guys, that is a sign. I'm telling you, we need to add flowers to Tradelands. Just how cool would that be? Comment down below if you actually want flowers in the game. I do. I actually want flowers in the game. You know, just a little furniture. It won't hurt anybody. But I'm getting off track. Let's continue to check out that place I've noticed. Oh my god, look at the size of these ships. We gotta take a look inside. This ship has 3 levels. 3 levels. Just imagine if this monster of a ship was in game. Can you imagine the broadside power it can have? And we gotta check out the other one here. It seems very similar. It even looks very similar. But it just looks more done with the wheel and stairs it has. And the last ship here just looks so much smaller compared to the other two. But it still looks awesome. And it does look very similar to the alliance that we have in game now. Who knows? Maybe this is a hint we will get more ships? Nah, I doubt it. But it does fit nicely for decoration on the island, and I would have to give him that. But now that we are on the right side of Burkeland, I want to check out the mountain over there to see with a view from here. And on my way up, I spot a small house in the distance. I wonder what it can be. It looks like a miner's house. You can tell from all the ores and pickaxes just laying outside casually. It looks pretty cool, and it does add layers to the Burkeland Islands. Pretty interesting. Alright, so I went ahead and get on top of these rock formations here, and now we can pull out a spyglass and... oh my, it just looks very nice up here. And this isn't even the highest point of the island. We can go higher. And now that we are possibly at the highest point of the island, I have to say, looking at the bigger picture here, all the buildings, the towns, and the small village there, everything just looks amazing up here. And I have to say, bravo to you two. Not only that you two are the only developers for this game, you still managed to pull off content like this, and it's just amazing to look at and play with. I just have to give out my appreciation to you two. Well, I guess we should reset and end the tour here. I think we explored enough around the islands. Alright, now that we are at spawn, we can end the tour here. And man, I don't know about you, but if you aren't impressed, I don't know what will. And if I haven't mentioned already, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, hit that like button and even consider subscribing to the channel. I pull out content like this for you to enjoy. It's free, it only takes a few clicks, and you can always unsubscribe if you are not satisfied. But that will be all for today. Hope you have a good day and night, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.